They shot her best friend. Then she made one phone call. By the time the sun rose again, the entire city would tremble. It was supposed to be a normal Saturday morning in South Harbor, a quiet city masking centuries of tension, history, and deeply buried scars, and for 16-year-old Amara Cole. Walking her dog Zeus, san affectionate, tail-wagging Rottweiler with a goofy bark and soulful eyes, was the most peaceful part of her day. Till the quiet was shattered by two police cruisers screeching to a halt, doors flung open, weapons drawn, and chaos that unraveled in just under 10 seconds. Because when she looked up, still gripping Zeus's leash, she heard a scream her own and saw her best friend collapse in a blur of fur. Blood and disbelief, bullets tearing through the summer air, her dog killed before her. No warning. No command, no hesitation, just assumptions. And Amara fell to her knees beside his lifeless body, hands trembling, trying to find his heartbeat, but it was gone, just like that. It's like he never mattered, like she didn't matter. And when one of the officers, a broad-shouldered man with a shaved head and eyes that flickered with uneased tried to justify it by mumbling something about aggressive posture, she looked up, her face blank, and whispered one word that chilled them more than they'd ever admit later. Mayor. And while they radioed back and nervously watched bystanders begin recording, Amara pulled out her phone, blood still staining her fingers, and called the one person who could change everything, her father. Mayor Elias Cole, a war-hardened former civil rights attorney turned no-nonsense politician who had kept his family out of the public eye precisely to shield them from what just happened. But when he answered and heard her sobbing, her voice breaking as she whispered, "They killed Zeus, Dad. ... They just shot him." Something inside him broke, and without another word, he hung up, walked into his office, summoned his chief of staff, and told him, "We're going to war." Because Elias wasn't just a mayor, he was a man who had survived the system and now held its reins. And for once, he was going to use that power not for policy, not for speeches, but for personal, raw, and righteous justice. And what followed over the next 72 hours would make national headlines. Beginning with a press conference where Elias stood, grim-faced, eyes red, but voice steel, playing the footage caught by 4 separate angles, showing the unprovoked shooting of a leashed, non-aggressive dog beside a teenager in pajamas. No warning, no danger, just prejudice, and as reporters gasped, and the city erupted in outrage, Elias announced an immediate suspension of the officers, the launch of an independent investigation, and new citywide reforms banning the use of deadly force against animals unless lives were clearly at risk. But that was